This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yo, what the fuck is up there, everybody out there on the YouTube? So I go by Papa Teeks, coming to you live from Tokyo Rants, where I give you a rant and ramble every week. How's it going? Anyway, guys, it's a wintry cold day outside. As you can see, it's all gray and shitty. God, like the weather report said that it's going to be 4 degrees tonight Celsius. So God, I'm not looking forward to that bike ride on the way home. But luckily, one of like the little life hacks I have, like, you know, everyone's smart. They're wearing like bike gloves, and I don't know where I put my bike gloves, like just the leather gloves. But in order to counteract that, I have these little Cairo. They're like, I don't know what they are. They're like volcano sand or something. But they basically you mix them up, and then they like, you know, you pat them down or something, and they become really warm. And so I put those in my little gloves here, and they warm it up nicely. The only catch is that, like, you know, if it's raining or something, which it was last weekend, then you know, it's not as strong. Because, you know, the wetness, the moisture. But anyway, yeah, it's fine. I gotta find my leather gloves, or my shitty pleather gloves. They're not leather, but yeah, that's the one thing that sucks about winter in Japan. Like, you really want, like, you know, something that you can really like, the gloves here don't really have that much insulation. So, like, you know, it's just this says like yakudo chui, like be careful of burns, but this one's great. This one's magma. It was 60 yen, so 60 cents, and you just shake it up and it lasts for a couple hours. And it's nice. But anyway, yeah, that's the thing that sucks about being fat. Got no fucking like, God, you know, I'm the biggest I've ever been, and buying clothes for my size in Tokyo is virtually impossible. I don't know how the sumo wrestlers do. Well, I mean, the sumo wrestlers aren't riding motorcycles, so obviously they don't need super cold clothing. But yeah, you know, I'm on my bike. I'd like to have, you know, right now I'm just wearing one layer of pants and stuff. But anyway, let's get to instead of me bitching, let's get to the. I don't want to say this in bad taste, but hey, I think No Joke would approve of this. And so yeah, No Joke, thank you. Thank you for not getting angry at me. But today's sponsor is Nakano-ku Guest House. This is a place that No Joke would have really enjoyed living in, because he was a real dude. He's a real guy. And anyway, yeah, that's today's sponsor. If you're in Tokyo and you're traveling, go check them out. And yeah, I don't know, it's the cheapest, best location in all of Tokyo. You're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna have any regrets going there. It's pretty good. And also NordVPN, if you're stuck in a country where they censor your internet, like China or Korea, and you just need to, you know, branch out and watch your favorite shit, or you just want to be protected when you're connecting to public Wi-Fi, check out NordVPN. I got, what is it, 68% off if you use the Papa Tikyo code. You know, links down below, and yeah, you know, off your first 2 years, it's pretty good. Go check them out. But anyway, yeah, guys, I wanted to talk about a YouTuber today. I really wanted to make like a 10-minute fucking, like, highly edited video about him, and I still will. But you know, this is kind of like a practice run for me. You know, like, I get to kind of get out all my raw feelings about this, and yeah, you know, as one of the assholes in my Discord, I forgot who said it, pointed out, but yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why I'm making this is because when I die, I hope that some people, I hope that a bunch of people talk about me, because, like, I know that I've affected people's lives, but, you know, I don't want it just to be at, like, one funeral thing kind of thing. I want it to be on the internet where people can share their experiences they had with me and everything, you know, and like, even if they never met me, you know, but they saw my YouTube videos and how my videos affected their lives, you know. And I don't know, I feel that there's some YouTubers out there that are gone now that affected me that I want to talk about. And I already did a video on Rip Gaijin Ass Eric Barnes, The guy who wrote the Gaijin Ass blog a couple years ago, he died. I made a video about that. And yeah, I don't know. I feel that everybody has these role models growing up, or at least people that they respect, yeah, you know, as they pass through life, you know. And that's one of the sad things about being 30, is that, like, you kind of, like, you know, once you've become an adult, like, you've gone full circle, you know, you understand what it's right to, or you understand what it feels like to have adult responsibilities, and, you know, you get it. Like, this isn't like a brand new world to you. You finally kind of get how things work and stuff. But until then, you're just a bright-eyed young 20s boy, and you're just looking for people that you can relate to on the internet that you kind of look up to. And today I want to talk about one of those people, and his name was on YouTube, No Joke Howard. Now, I'm guessing a lot of you probably don't know who the fuck I'm talking about. I haven't checked his YouTube channel in a while, but I think it should still be up with all of his videos. But yeah, No Joke Howard was a vlogger. He was American, and he was living in Cambodia. And there were no regular people making videos about Cambodia in English when he first started. I mean, there's probably more now, but you fucking bitch, I could have gone. Make up your fucking mind, Bafanguro. Anyway, you know, I think that, what is it? It's like, when I first came to Japan, like, I jumped in the pool head first, you know, like, no condom, just jumping in, just getting in there, man. And one of the things that I did was, you know, I would eventually, like, I'd look for all these different people. Like, you got to remember, back then there was no Twitch. There was barely any people on the internet, like, for, like, making videos about their life here. And you know, people like Rachel and Jun, those Japan vloggers, they really capitalized on that, you know, like, they took advantage. Like, if you look at their older videos, it's just 5 minutes of them talking to a camera. It's so fucking, ugh. But I mean, back then, that was, like, better than nothing, and you know, Rachel looked cute, so it was okay. But, you know, I'm a dude who I don't really like to follow thoughts, you know. I'm not calling Rachel and Jun a thought. Well, I'm calling Rachel at that moment in time a thought, because she was playing up the cute girl card, you know, putting on the makeup and stuff, right? So she knew what she was doing, man. But I'm just saying, for me, like, I've always been more of a, like, I don't like, you know, I'd rather simp for dudes than simp for chicks, I guess, if I could say it that way, if I was going to put it one way or the other. And so, you know, I was always looking for people that were making videos. And anyway, I looked for people in, like, Vietnam and China and like Thailand, especially Thailand. And, like, I don't know, this was at least a couple years ago. And I remember I first found, like, American in Bangkok, Scott Mallon. I'm American in Bangkok. Hookers, man, they want the Simsod or whatever, I don't know. He like, you know, I was interested in Thailand, but, like, after I went to Thailand to visit, I was like, Thailand's actually, at least Bangkok is a pretty developed place. I thought this would be more Wild Westy, but it's just like just ghetto, you know, or, well, not ghetto, but it's actually developed. At least the parts that I went to. I mean, of course there were some slums and stuff here and there, but I mean, like, you know, it was a lot more kind of regulated than I thought. So I was like, what's more ghetto? What's more, like, out there? And so I was just looking for, like, Asia vloggers, and of course I found, like, Sunny in Thailand, who was a great guy. He's still, I think he deleted his channel though. He was this German guy who married this Thai lady, and he did pretty good videos, and he was always so happy in the videos, but he got really sensitive to haters. I think, like, a bunch of haters drove him off YouTube, which sucked, because I really liked that guy's videos. But then, of course, like, there's people in like, China, like, you know, Guido60 and Serpent ZA and Laowai86 and Jayo Nation and all these other dudes, right? And but, you know, eventually, like, after watching so many of Serpent ZA and Laowai86's videos, I'm like, I don't want to, China's not the place for me. I don't need to go there. So, you know, I was thinking, I don't know, I came across No Joke Howard, and he was this guy who, I don't know, from the, like, you don't forget him. Like, you know, he was this dude. He always had like this kind of like this really short, semi kind of fuck you haircut. Like, it was like military cut, but like a little bit like gelled up or something. And he was really in good shape. You know, he had the muscles. He had the muscles, and you know, he always had his shirt off, and he was blasting music. And he would do, like, he basically made videos like I used to do on my Tkyosam 2 channel, Hi Square Enix, where he would basically just ramble. Like, he would be high as fuck and just rambling about something Cambodia related. And apparently No Joke Howard, I'm sorry, I don't know his real name, but he was this American dude who he graduated high school, or at least got his GED or something, and then he went into the army. And then after the army, he quit and he went to Cambodia for a trip. And then, and I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong to any of his followers or friends. Like, I'm just trying to remember what I remember from his stuff. Trying to vaguely remember what his videos talked about. But anyway, he ended up going to Cambodia, and he didn't go to college. And so he was always like, hey, you know, like, you can come to Cambodia without a degree to teach English, and it's pretty badass. So he made a couple videos about that, and he would just talk about like everything. He'd talk about like smoking weed and hash and stuff, and like how easy it was to get, like, just to buy prescription drugs and shit in Cambodia. And he basically said it was like a big fucking just like a big party, pretty much. Like, he's like, you can go out and just buy hash. You know, they got hash everywhere, and you can just go to the pharmacy and say, I want this, and then you can just buy that shit, and they'll give it to you. And so like that really appealed to me. And then also the fact that he was, you know, he was a very straight talker. I feel like he was putting up a front somewhat, because like he said he wasn't gay, but he specifically liked fucking ladyboys. So, you know, he was a guy who had his own issues and stuff, but it's funny because it's like he was just really like, oh, you know, this is a matter of fact, this is how I talk, yeah, you know. And he always used to say, I digress, you know, this is what I'm saying, but I'm just saying this anyway, I digress. And anyway, he was in Cambodia teaching English. He constantly was moving and having different jobs, and just talking about, like, he even talked about the time he went to, like, oh man, I can remember it. I won't tell you guys that, but I mean, like, you can go look it up yourself. But he talked about this one time about fucking, like, a ladyboy hooker, and how, like, unsanitary it was in Cambodia and stuff, and oh god. But he would always talk about just random stuff, and he'd just be high as a kite, and without a shirt on, and he always, for some reason, like, it's weird, because, like, in Japan has, like, a Japanese style for everything. I mean, look, right over there, that's like a drugstore, right? Look at how small that building is. That is a small-ass building, and it's got kanji up there, and they've got their own style, you know? And I feel like when I went to these other Asian countries, it felt like they were trying to copy too much Western style for all of their shit. But when I would see his videos where he was walking around, like, I remember there's this one video where he's like, oh, I'm not gay, I just fuck chicks with dicks. Like, they had dicks, and they still do, and they got tits, and I fuck them. And, like, he's there talking to his ladyboy girlfriend, and he's like, I'm not gay, but even if I am gay, like, what's the big deal? And I was like, yeah, man, good for you, you know. And, like, and him and his girl, or lady, I don't even know what you call it, new half ladyboy girlfriend are just, like, arguing to the camera with nobody. Just being like, yeah, man, like, what's the big fucking deal? And I don't know, it was just like he needed to prove something to somebody. But, you know, I'm a guy who I grew up with gay people, and like, I've had transgender roommates in the past, so I feel like I'm a bit more open than everybody else. Like, hey, as long as you're not forcing other people to do what they don't want to do, then you go nuts. Like, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, you have fun, dude. Like, you do you. Like, you want to fuck a dude that, like, has a dick and tits and dressed like a clown or whatever, like, you fucking do you, man. Like Like, I'm totally for you doing what you want to do. But, you know, so like when I saw No Joke Howard, it's like, well, one, there's not that many other people. Like, everybody in Cambodia seemed to be very lazy with their YouTube filming. Like, they would make these videos, and then, like, you know, there's like no editing, or if they did have editing, they had like 3 videos on their channel over the last like 3 years or something, so it wasn't that interesting to watch. And I'm just like, who are these people? But No Joke Howard, he would upload a video all the time, and he would talk about shit that he already talked about. Like, God damn it, you high motherfucker. And, you know, he would go on these trips around Southeast Asia, and, I don't know, I remember, like, going back to the Japan-style thing, it's just, like, I remember him, whenever he was, making a video, the music would be loud and blazing in the background, and then you could always see the door to his like, bedroom at the time, and, you know, his, look at these guys, the parking Nazis are out. Oh, I fucking hate these dudes. They are uns meine Ennemien stehen. And I remember, like, in Cambodia, for some reason, like, my image of Cambodia is just really complicated wooden doors. Like, you would think in a country where it's so fucking hot all the time because it's Southeast Asia, that they wouldn't have doors that are like, what's the big deal about doors? You're just going to keep them open all the time anyway, because you guys are too cheap to pay for air conditioning, or you don't have it. So, I don't know, I always remember him yelling at the camera, and he's like, these doors, like, you know, I don't know if he ever acknowledged how, like, intricate the doors looked, but I always just remember, I was like, Cambodia, this country that has beautiful, amazing fucking outdoor temples, and like, scenery, and then, like, it's just some white guy talking about teaching English and getting high. Look at this dude. This dude obviously fucks. Haha, skipping all you punk ass, bitch ass, motherfucking bitch ass motherfuckers. And, yeah, I don't know, I felt a connection with him. Like, well, one, in case you guys don't know, I was high most of my Tkyosam 2 videos. That was back in the day, like, and I wasn't high on marijuana. Like, in Japan, they used to have this thing called like synthetic weed or whatever, and that was legal for a couple of years. And I remember when I first started my Tkyosam 2 channel, I would smoke that stuff, and it was great because you only had to have a little hit of that, and it would get you fucked up. And so, like, $30, you know, you're good for a thing for like a whole month. But I stopped because it just, like, got me too paranoid or whatever. And hopefully I didn't get any brain damage from it. But yeah, I don't know, I saw him doing similar type of videos. I saw him being pretty straightforward with his talks or whatever, you know. And I mean, I'm not gay, but I can relate to this dude being like, yeah, man, like, I don't know, like, people always give me shit for saying I really like Asian girls or Asian women, to quote Fix. But yeah, I mean, like him, he was, No Joke, came from this, from like a very, like, I think it was like Arkansas or Alabama. He came from a very, like, countryside background, and he had a little bit of, like, southern twang to his speech. And yeah, I don't know, he had this big tattoo on his chest that said No Joke, and maybe it said No Joke Howard on there, because his name wasn't Howard. And god damn it, why can't I remember that? It was such an important story. Like, you know, like, he even has a video, like, what does the No Joke and No Joke, or who is No Joke Howard? And I think it was a friend of his from the military, and it was basically, god, I can't remember. Like, the guy came off, it was weird. It's like he knew how to relax and have a good time, but at the same time, he knew when to be serious and how to be serious. I think that's something that probably the military teaches you how to do. Like I didn't even know until I watched one of those stupid Reddit videos the other day. I don't go on Reddit, but I love reading, or I love watching the, like, you know, posts on Reddit. People share your stories from Reddit, and you know, I really like reading those, or listening to those videos where one guy was saying that, like, in Navy boot camp, there's like a period where you can't even talk freely. Like, you're not allowed to talk, you're just supposed to get your food and be quiet. And I realized, I was like, holy shit, even in the military, you're sometimes not even allowed to talk. You're like, permission to speak freely, sir. I thought that was just a movie thing. I didn't know that was real. And it's like, yeah, the military demands utter obedience. Like, goddamn, that must suck, you know? I mean, in a way, there's discipline, but at the same time, you're giving, like, you know, it's the same thing as the Japanese senpai kohai system. You're just giving, you know, you're giving automatic respect and watching your mood towards talking to people that seem like they're in charge. And I'm like, fuck that system. But you could tell he had gone through that stuff too, and he was just like, fuck that shit. And I don't know, I'm just saying, like, for a guy like him, it must have been tough being in the military, because he seems like he got through it, but he was just like, fuck that. And I don't know, it was always interesting. Like, you know, at first I watched his videos because I wanted to know more about Cambodia. Like, there was a while when I first came to Japan where I was like, I really want to go to North Korea. And it's like, why do you want to go to North Korea? And I'm like, well, I watched this documentary called what was it? Oh my god, come on. Spaghetti, you're in 5th gear? What? Oh, come on. I thought I downshifted. You stupid spaghetti. This is my fault completely, but still, I blame you. But anyway, there is a point where, you know, I wanted to move to North Korea, or not move, but I wanted to go check it out. I wanted to see North Korea because I was just so interested. At the time, there wasn't like any, like, now you can find YouTube fucking channels of people in North Korea, but you can't, you know, like back then, this is like a long time ago, like 8-9 years ago, back then there was nothing. And so I saw this this thing called Crossing the Line, and it was narrated by Christian Slater, and I love Christian Slater. He's like one of my favorite fucking just guys on all time. But he was, you know, in this documentary they talk about, you know, how Korea is so exclusive and everything, and just like it looks like, it's funny because the Japanese countryside kind of looks like North Korea. If you go there, it's like old dilapidated buildings that haven't been, you know, taken care of, you know, there's like nothing fun to look at. It's just, it's ugly. But, you know, I saw, like, from there, I was like, you know, and then I got fucking wise to it. I'm like, hell no, why the fuck would I want to go to North Korea? They fucking, they kidnapped an American guy for wanting to take a poster home or something, you know? And then they, like, killed him and he was brain dead. Like, fuck that, dude. Fuck North Korea. And, so then I was like, well, what other Asian countries do I want to go to? Like, I'm in Asia. I should go and, like, check out these other fucking Asian countries. And so I'm like, yeah, and, like, you know, of course, like I said earlier, like Thailand, Taiwan, South Korea. I wasn't really interested. I know a lot of people like the Philippines. I don't really give a shit. Like, the Philippines, there's so many islands. It's so hard. It's like, where do you start, you know? Where do you start in the Philippines? There's literally everywhere. I guess Manila or something. But, racism is wrong. Oh shit, something happened. There's a bunch of cops up there. What happened? Huh. But anyway, the sad part of the story, though, is that No Joke Howard eventually, he moved out of Cambodia, and he moved to Mexico. And, I don't know, like, so many of these dudes that I liked and I respected, like, I didn't, like, fully agree with everything No Joke Howard said, but I respected that he said it, you know? And I respected that he was his own person. And, you know, I found out on an Instagram post, like his Instagram, his mom posted, or it was him or his Instagram, or his mom's Instagram, posted about how he had died in Mexico from a heart attack. He had had a heart attack, probably overdosed on some kind of drugs. And that was just sad, because it's like, all these people I really, like, loved, or at least, like, you know, I really respected. You know, it seems like a lot of them got their, what are these guys doing? All these cops waiting. Oh, they're doing like a traffic stop or something. Oh, wow. Maybe checking for drugs or something. Huh. Good thing I didn't bring my drugs today. Maybe they're trying to see people who aren't driving without their license or something. I don't know. Cops do this sometimes, but I haven't seen it in a long time. Where people are just out here, like, stopping random people. The funny thing is that you can just keep going, you know, you can just pretend like you didn't notice. I've done that multiple times, and then, like, they've never come back at me or, like, given me a ticket in my mail or whatever, you know. Fucking cops are useless, lazy, bureaucrat piece of shit here. But anyway, yeah, so, sorry to cut off that important part. But yeah, no joke, died, and he, like, died in, like, a bathtub or something, like, or in the bathroom. Like, God, dude, like, all these people that, you know, Ziz, the Australian bodybuilder, he died of a heart attack in Thailand in a sauna because he was doing steroids. Fucking Eric Gaijin Ass, he died of a heart attack too. And I don't know if No Joke died of a heart attack, but he did, you know, he died of something failing, you know. And the poor guy, he just was probably really depressed and in the middle of a drug binge. Like, I don't know, it's like such a sad way to end such, like, a dude who I wanted to see more of, you know. And I don't know, it's just like, you gotta be careful, you gotta take care of yourself. And I mean, like, because of that, like, I haven't changed a lot of things, but one of the things I've been trying to do, because I don't want to be just one of those statistics. I mean, hell, I could get in a car crash or something, knock on metal, dink dink, but it's like, you know, for the most part, if I could help it, I'm trying to eat healthier. And I know I've been saying this for a while, and I don't care what you guys think, but one of the things that I did to really change my stuff is, like, I'm eating a lot more fruits and vegetables than before, which was virtually nothing. You know, I'm waking up, I'm taking my multivitamin, I'm taking my fish oils, and then, like, I'm trying to eat mostly vegetarian throughout the whole week, and you know, like, just having a lot of beans and vegetables and fruit in my diet. And it's simply because I feel better after I eat that, and I don't mind eating like that as long as it tastes good. And you know, luckily I kind of found a what do you call it, like, I found, like, kind of a medium, you know, like, I found a good source of just, like, oh, okay, well, you know, I found a good middle ground is what I'm saying. And yeah, I don't know, it's good to have, like, to know that I have these options at least, you know. And I mean, like, it's slow. I mean, I've only been doing it for about, like, a week or two, and, like, yeah, I mean, like, this isn't, like, perfection, you know. I'm not going for perfection over here. I'm just going for, what is it, moderation. So it's like, I had McDonald's yesterday, but that was the first time I had McDonald's or soda for the first time in, like, 2 weeks, you know. So it's like, I really wanted to what is it? It's like, I want to spare those times when I still want to go out and eat junk food on occasion, but I want to, like, you know, space it out more versus just have it being every day kind of thing like it was before. And yeah, because if I have a heart attack, I'd prefer it to be from hardcore drugs and a lot of copious amounts of sex versus just, oh yeah, he ate too many cheeseburgers. So I mean, like, you know, it's one of those things where you're not gonna lose a shitload of weight at once, but at least I'm gonna feel better. And I don't know, I just you know, I don't know if there's a GoFundMe for No Joke, but you know, if you guys want to show your support for him, you can always go over. I'm gonna link his channel down below and just go through some of his videos. I'll put a couple of the videos that I really enjoyed from his channel down there for you guys to check out. And yeah, you know, hopefully that's I don't know, hopefully you guys can go check it out and see. You know, I mean, obviously he's not everybody's cup of tea, but he was an interesting dude. And you know, it's like that Muppet Christmas Carol. You know, we're in winter right now. Muppet Christmas Carol, the what is it? The Ghost of Christmas Present. You know, come in and know me better, man. You know, like, go and check out his videos and know him better, man. And yeah. Anyway, I gotta go run some errands in Akihabara. But do me a favor, guys. If you like this video, you know what to do. You know, do all this stuff. Smash the like button, subscribe bell. If there's any other YouTuber that specifically is like an Asian YouTuber, Asian blogger that you know that might have passed away, let me know. There might be some people that I haven't kept tabs on or whatever. I want to do a video for, I did a video for No Joke Howard, I did one for Gaijin Ass, and now I think, yeah, what is it? I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody else that I really want to talk about that's, and nobody off the top of my head, I mean, aside from Swan, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about that. It's just too personal. Too personal or something. I don't know. It's just like I've talked about it before. But anyway, yeah, guys, I'm out of here. You take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.